Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Car Shield TV. I'm Chris Treft. He's downtown Georgie Brown. We say the same things every year, but this is the moment we've waited for, the Pro Championship. We're popping on early to really break down and analyze this game. And there's so many storylines. I don't know if we have enough time to break this down if we had a full hour show.
Yeah, well, Trefty, this isn't the moment I waited for because I'd rather be down there than up here in the booth. But I guess I have no choice because the Roadrunners have been playing extremely well. And not to take anything away from them because their entire team has played well. But over the last 3 games this young man has played, he's only allowed goals in 1 out of 6 periods.
Yeah.
And that was the 1 period we got 3 on him. The last game, round-robin game against the Snipers, didn't allow any. In the last playoff game, didn't allow any. That's Keith Johnson. If he's riding this wave the way he's playing now and the Roadrunners take that in, they can win this tournament.
Yeah.
They can easily win this tournament. So the storyline right now is the play of Keith Johnson.
And it's a one-game thing. It's not a series. It's not anything. Like, we've seen crazy things happen all tournament. I mean, Rinkrat Liberty almost beat Black Ice, and now Black Ice just ran the table pretty much after that.
Absolutely.
With the exception of the hiccup against the Mudcats, all the way to the championship. So, I mean, the Roadrunners are going to have a lot more motivation.
They're going to have a lot of motivation. They might as well go back to rapid fire and just play this game. in
Jay Miro would like that.
Right, in Moritz's New York, because both teams play out of this rink. And they're 2 New York teams. You've got Mission Black Ice, who they're the seasoned guys, but still not the older guys. They're a bunch of 20-somethings, but you got the Roadrunners, who are now the young 20s and the up-and-comers. And like you said, we knew they'd be here at some point, just like Black Ice got there at some point. Is now their time?
Is it still too early?
Is it still too early? They've made it here. Does this championship game, do they show some of that inexperience at all? Or do they come in and surprise everyone?
Yeah.
Like, going into this game, if I go and ask everybody in this audience, other than the Roadrunner families, who's winning this game, what's the answer going to be?
Black Ice.
Black Ice. That's it. That's the favorite right now. But I don't think the Roadrunners have been the favorite in any game so far in the playoffs. And they've pulled it through. So I'm not one for predictions here.
And think about this. You're a gambling man. If you want to play the odds.
Don't tell all my business.
If you play all the odds, Black Ice, this is their 5th straight PAMA Pro Championship.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of the very first PAMA Pro Championship, they've been in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're 1-3. So the odds say that it's time for them to win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can only lose so much, especially for a team. And now they're the favorite. But also, roles are reversed, George. They're usually the underdog against the Snipers. So they've played in 4 straight PAMA Pro Championships before this. They've been the favorite in only one of those games. And that game was against Rinkrat, and they lost that one in thrilling fashion. So now they're the heavy favorite. They're the veterans. They're the Snipers in this situation, and that might be different for them.
Here's the key to the game, and I'm going to tell you one simple thing. If the Roadrunners play as if they're intimidated, this game is over. It's over. No matter what Keith Johnson does, Keith Johnson can steal a game.
Yeah.
But the one thing the Roadrunners have done, you still got to score goals.
Yeah.
The Roadrunners have scored 4 goals in each one of their playoff wins. And so they've gotten goals on the board for Keith Johnson. You score 4 goals in a game for Keith Johnson, you're probably winning that game. So they've done the right things. The Bennett brothers have been incredible for them.
Yeah.
I don't know where the Roadrunners would be. And again, not a shot at them. But I don't know where they'd be without the Bennett brothers over the last 3 games.
Yes.
So that's going to be key. And you can't tell me that Jason Miro is not going to key on both of them.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a key. And then it's almost impossible to completely shut Black Ice down. You just hope to contain him.
Yeah.
But in this situation, there's one guy that can, and that's Keith Johnson.
Yeah, and the opportunisticness, I don't know if that's a word or not.
Probably not, but we'll go with it.
Yeah, and we just made it. Webster, put it in there. So they've been so opportunistic, the Roadrunners. They haven't had many chances in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But when they get it, they score.
They were outshot like crazy the last game.
Yeah. The Mudcats were more physical. They had more chances. They had more special teams opportunities. They were better in every category except for Keith Johnson shut the Mudcats down, and the Roadrunners finished on every chance they had.
Yeah.
And that was the difference. And that's what they're going to have to do here against Black Ice, because you know Black Ice is going to control the play at times because that's their game. And they know how to play against the Roadrunners. You don't think P.J. DiMartino knows how to shut down his brother?
But I'm going to take you back to a junior championship at Tours a few years ago. First year they were in Tampa probably, or maybe at Taylor. I don't remember. But
no, it was in Tours. It was in Tampa.
Tampa, maybe first year.
Yeah.
Junior championship, Roadrunners played Black Ice. The DiMartinos against each other. I remember talking to PJ. I just lost to my little brother. And he had years to go in junior.
Yeah.
And it was PJ's maybe his last year in junior, and Roadrunners won the game.
Yeah.
And they shocked everybody.
And they won in overtime.
They won, right, 2-1, I think it was. And they shocked everybody. But I really don't think it'll be a huge shock if the Roadrunners win. It'll be an upset. But just the way they're playing, it won't be a huge shock. And for me personally, I really think that in this game, it's a key, but people don't really concentrate on this as much. How the officials are calling the game is going to be important, because the Roadrunners are probably the smallest team in the division.
Yes.
A regular body check against another player like J.P. Bilstein looks different against one of these smaller guys.
Yeah.
So knowing that, does Black Ice switch their physicality so they play it to a point where these calls don't look as bad?
Well, here's something to think about, too, in this game. Is it going to be as physical? Because what is everybody's strategy against Black Ice? Let's play physical. They're smaller. They're not as strong. Let's get after them. And Black Ice has gotten through it all. What are people doing to the Roadrunners? Oh, we got to play physical. We got to shut down their speed. So they're starting to hit each other. But these are two styles. It's the same style going at each other. And so instead of getting, beat up and all this stuff, now they're going against each other. So it might not be as physical as we're used to, as they have the national anthem here in the building. So we'll turn around and take part in this. So there's the playing of the national anthem. And back to what we were talking about, it's two of the same styles going at it against each other. So I don't think you're going to have, you're still going to have the physicality.
Yeah,
but I don't think you're going to see like a Travis Turnbull hit last game.
I would love to see Joey lay his brother out, but that's just me personally.
I don't think Joey's laid anybody out ever.
Right,
He's just way too nice of a kid. Well, if there's $20,000 on the line, he might.
He just might.
Yeah, he might.
Never know.
He might in this situation.
You never know.
But this has got to be great for the DiMartino family, because
Absolutely.
they've been battling each other all the time. You have P.J. DiMartino, who is the rugged one of the two, right? He's the grinder, and he's the guy who's won the pro championships. And normally the brothers play together, but they've gone in different routes, which is nice to see, because the loyalty for Joey DiMartino to the Tour Roadrunners has been great. And so now they're playing against each other at the highest possible level. They played against each other at all the other levels.
Yep.
Now it's pro. And it's the first one against each other, and Big Brother is going to want to win, but DiMartino has got the young boys, has got the young boys, and he's going to want to prove that the Roadrunners are for real and get them on that big stage, because the one pro championship they won, there wasn't many teams there. So a lot of people look down on that. And now this is the biggest pro tournament of the summer, and Joey Deke has an opportunity to take his Roadrunners and win with his buddy Halverson and Jake Corso and all those guys that have been together for so long.
Yeah, he does. And if you ask me, it's just one of those situations here in this type of game where I don't think the Roadrunners mind being the underdog. They know everybody's counting them out. And I think a lot of teams get up for that. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, for
and
sure.
I think the Roadrunners are playing right into that. They know they're not the favorite. They know everybody's looking down on them. They know that everybody thinks that, okay, they won that pro championship where there weren't a lot of teams. Nobody can say anything about this one.
No. If they win, there's no asterisk put on that at all. All right, so George. True. You got a prediction?
Oh, don't do that to me, Trefty. Don't do it.
I'm doing it. What do you got?
Man, my heart says, because of the underdog, my heart says to go with the Roadrunners. I just don't know how you pick against Black Ice.
Yeah.
I don't see how. If I was a betting man, which I am.
What's not if?
If I was a betting man, I'd say you're probably not scoring more than 4 on Keith Johnson, even though you're Black Ice. I'm saying it's a 3-2 game, 4-2 with an empty netter maybe. So I'll say 3-2 Black Ice.
I'm going to go 5-4 Black Ice in overtime.
Wow.
I want a thriller, baby.
Wow.
I want a thriller. All
right, Draft.
So that's my prediction. So, Allen County War Memorial Coliseum, 1952 NBA All-Star Game. There's been 9 Fort Wayne Comets championships in this building. There's been a Fort Wayne Mad Ants D-League championship won in this building. Countless of minor hockey games won by myself. Obviously, that's the best one. But the amount of amazing events. Elvis Presley's second to last concert was in this building. The amount of great moments that have happened in this historic building, which was built in 1952, is great. And just adding it to the list, the 2020 PAMA Pro Championship as roller hockey etches its piece of history into this historic building. It's Black Ice, it's Roadrunners, and it's up next for $20,000 here on CarShield TV.
It's your boy Ice-T.
Chris Berman.
Pat Maroon. Let CarShield.
CarShield.
Get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to.
Why do we love CarShield?
CarShield guys go farther!
Hello, I'm Chris Berman. If your car is out of warranty or close to expiring, you could get stuck paying thousands. But when you have CarShield, you'll never pay for expensive car repairs again. And that's why I'm a CarShield customer.
Call 800-430-9165.
CarShield TV. I'm Chris Treft. I'm along with downtown Georgie Brown. There's a $20,000 check down rinkside. As of right now, it's blank. I hope it says Chris Treft at one point, but it's not going to. It's either going to say Tour Roadrunners or it's going to say Mission Black Ice. One team will leave this building a lot richer. Will it be the Tour Roadrunners' first PAMA Pro Championship, or can Black Ice get their second? They won back in 2016. This is their 5th straight PAMA Pro Championship. So without a doubt, experience belongs to the home side, Mission Black Ice. But can the youthful enthusiasm of the Tour Roadrunners, the motivation to prove that they are here, they are not the future anymore, they are the present, can that come through? Battle of the DiMartino brothers. Storylines galore. We don't know what the result's going to be, but we do know it's going to be an amazing hockey game. Puck is down and we're underway. 20K on the line. Kafuk into his offensive zone. Now he curls back. Pass over to Kozlo. Kozlo to Pascali. Played 4 years of Division III ice hockey at SUNY Potsdam. To Kafuk. Rink wide to DiMartino. The Bohemia, New York native wraps it around. Kozlo back into his own end for Pascali, who had himself an unbelievable semifinal and a very good quarterfinal too. He's been a star in the playoffs so far. New York well represented in this game. Both sides based out of New York. One of those guys not from New York is Cal Kafuk. He has the puck. He's out of Detroit, Michigan. The UMass Amherst ice hockey player. Fires it back into his own zone. Slow pace to start this game. PJ DiMartino. Last time they played in a championship against each other, him and his brother Joey D, it was Joey D winning at Tours. What will happen here on the biggest stage? PJ skates into the offensive zone, shoots, and Keith Johnson makes the save. Think about it. These guys play against each other all the time. There's no feeling out process. They're used to seeing each other, whether it be at the rinks in New York or whether it be in PAMA Pro, and now they're playing for $20K. Here comes Ricciardi. He's knocked down by PJ DiMartino. Tiefenwerth fires it back into his own zone. Big Nate Gerger has it. Originally from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, now resides in the Tampa Bay area. Matt Gerger, his brother, walks down the middle of the rink. Long range shot, it's blocked, and it comes to Matt Gerger. And George, unlike some of the other teams, Black Ice is very familiar with Keith Johnson. So it might be good and bad because they know how good he is, but they also know how good he is. So that might have them clinching their sticks a little harder.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that Black Ice is going to play a total possession game, even though if they wanted to, they can run and gun with these guys. But I think you're playing a dangerous game because I think, and I hate to say this, but I'm a very honest guy, I think the advantage goes to the Roadrunners in goaltending.
Healy to the near side. Matt Gerger shoots, and speak of the devil. Keith Johnson, right to left in the full splits, glove save, and a beauty.
You know why I love Keith? He just made me look like a genius right there.
Both of us.
I love it. Right? It's great.
You pour water on this guy right now, he's going to start sizzling. He's on absolute fire. He's almost unbeatable. Here comes Shane Bennett looking to break open the scoring, and his shot is blocked. Might have been a pass across the middle. Either way, a golden opportunity missed there for the Roadrunners, just like Black Ice had moments ago. Kozlow to the red line. Back pass for PJ DiMartino. The former Newman Knight and Farmingdale State Ram. Pass to Healy, near side dot. 5th straight pro championship here for Black Ice. They're 1-3 in their previous 4. Can they make it 2-3 and add $20,000 more to their bank accounts? This one's brought along by Pascali. Tried to send one cross rink. That one's blocked. Imagine the Roadrunners winning $20K, and even if it's $3,000 per person, that might be more money than they've earned their whole lives.
That's definitely not going to be $3,000 per person. They got a 13-person roster plus a goaltender plus VOs.
PJ DiMartino tries to slide it across the rink.
But
it was a hypothetical.
I get it. It'll definitely be some good money no matter what.
Kozlow, right side, wrist shot. That one goes over top the net.
When you're playing Black Ice,
Roadrunner's got a man behind the defense. They tried to get it there, knocked it in midair by Cal Kafuk.
Wow, Cal.
That might have just saved a goal. DiMartino dancing into the zone. That one's knocked away.
No
Gets it
way!
back in front. He scores! PJ DiMartino.
Who is this kid? Well, we know who he is, but man, that's just a play that only PJ DiMartino makes. Wow.
Let's have another look at it, shall we? DiMartino.
Just watch it, the drag through.
Between his own legs, falls down, gets back up, still has it. Keith Johnson had no idea where the puck was.
And that's a great break up there on D, though, to stay with PJ DiMartino.
Cal Kafuk, left wing side, looking for more. Gets it in front. Pascali backhands it across the middle.
Pascali's idea was to pass there instead of shoot. Roadrunners have to pull it together here quick. A good response quickly would be great for them.
Obviously, PJ DiMartino always comes up in the play. He's an active offensive defenseman, but it seems like he's playing forward this game almost. You know he has something to prove. He's not going to want to lose to Joey D. And that was maybe his 3rd or 4th rush, and this one works to perfection.
You're going to have to take care of the Bennett brothers if you're Black Ice. No matter what, you have to take care of them. And also, who was dangerous last game? Halverson, but who set most of those up were the Bennett brothers. So the Bennett brothers and Halverson were dangerous last game. Blake even more than Shane, because Shane is playing more defense here in this tournament. So you got to make sure you key on Blake Bennett. Not only that, though, there is another situation you want to keep an eye on. Black Ice does a lot of ragging the puck on the wing and making that rink-wide pass. And if you get 2 forwards or even a forward up top that is caught puck watching, they're streaking in all alone on the opposite side. So that's got to be something the Roadrunners watch and they're careful of.
Jordan Mueller hanging out behind the Roadrunners net. He feeds it up the left wing side for Jackson. He'll hurl it over to the right wing boards. Halverson tried to go back and missed it. And Tyler Kraft leads the 3-on-2 the other way. Jackson back checking, making a 3-on-3. Matt Gerger gets it over to Kraft, but that one's out of his reach.
It's a lazy play by Kraft there.
Jackson pokes it up. Halverson throws it to the far side. Mueller's going to take it. Jordan Mueller tried to find Halverson. That one was knocked away. Possible 2-on-1. Mueller on his horse, trying to catch Nate Gerger. Backhand feed to the near side. Tiefenworth shoots. Picked up Johnson. And Halverson gets to the loose puck. Max Halverson into his offensive zone. Down the middle of the rink. Looking, shooting. It's blocked. And then taken by Halverson on the rebound on the near side. Fires all the way back into his own end. Jordan Mueller, tail end of a long shift. Hangs out behind the net.
Post there, Trefty. Close shot by Halverson.
Max Halverson moving up the floor. Watched by Pescali. Now Jordan Mueller. He's calling for some help back there. He's on an island. Like I said, Mueller's been out there a while. It's tail end of a shift. He's catching his breath right now, just standing behind the net. Now he feeds Joey DiMartino. Look at the wheels on Joey D. He gets pinned up against the boards, though, by Pescali. They get it to Kafuk. Shot. That one goes wide. Kozlov gets the loose puck and smacks it back.
Here's what Black Ice is doing. Pescali got beat out of the zone for a nanosecond, but he got beat. You could already see Cal Kafuk cheating to that side, and that's probably one play they're going to want to make all the time, is to double Joey DiMartino before he can get rid of the puck or beat a whole team.
Cal Kafuk to Pascali. Long-range shot. That one goes wide of the net. Luke Corso grabs it for the Roadrunners. Tour Roadrunners can't be intimidated here in this one. They know they're playing against the big brother.
Great play by Kozlov.
Of the Black Ice. No pun intended there. But they deserve to be here. They've had a great tournament. Tyler Kraft tells PJ to slow things down. Kraft skates around the back of the net and then gets the puck on his tape. Into the zone. Kraft shoots. That one's blocked. And Luke Corso grabs it. Fires it in behind the goal. Ricciardi. Pass up the far wing. Here comes Joey DiMartino. Moves to the outside. Puts on the brakes at the half wall. Throws it to the left point. This one's fired back by Delamorte to Ricciardi.
Would I be correct in saying the only whistle we've had is the goal?
I believe so. Game is flying by. Delamorte drops it back. It's Ricciardi again. To Blake Bennett. First time we've heard his name this game. Black Ice has shut him down to this point.
Shane had an opportunity early.
Back to Joey DiMartino. He's won a few NCRHA national championships for Farmingdale State.
Going to?
Blake Bennett sends it to open space. Nobody there. Kozlo tries to skate to the middle. It's blocked, but then it comes to Kraft. His wrister goes wide of the net. Kozlo on the far side shoots. That one hits the glass and moves to the near side. It's Blake Bennett wrapping it around the back of the goal. Ricciardi settles down a rolling puck, skates up the wall, gets it up ahead. Nice one-touch pass by Delamorte. Blake Bennett for Delamorte. Far side, goes back to near. Joey D shoots, and then one goes off the side of the net.
Off the side of the net. They thought it was in. Delamorte had the best view of it from the outside, and he still raised his hand and was sitting behind the net.
Puck almost hit him after it hit the side of the goal. But you know, he's fired up. He had 2 goals in that semi. He's had a great playoff so far, Delamorte. The Lindenwood Lion. Here's Matt Gerger.
Looks like Blake Bennett and Delamorte are playing together, and that's going to be the dangerous line. Now it's Halverson and Shane Bennett who jump over, but up front it's Martini and Shane, it looks like. And back on the back end, it's Is that Corso and Halverson?
Acosta and Halverson. Christian
Acosta,
Acosta,
okay.
out of San Jose. Nate Gerger, back for his brother Matt. It's a brotherly affair here in this game.
It is. Gerger's, DiMartino's.
Bennett's.
Bennett's, yeah.
Matt Gerger still hanging out behind the net. Martini on top of the crease. Finally, he pressures a little bit. Matt defers to Nate. Nate, pass up the right side. Healy crosses the red line. He goes rink wide. Matt Gerger gets to it and fires it back into his own end. Black Ice content with not pressuring here offensively. They're just trying to keep that puck. It's only a one-goal lead, though.
And they've had possession this entire shift. And when you press is when they want to go.
Nate Gerger protects the puck and heads down the wing into his offensive zone.
Wouldn't be surprised if he throws it all the way back, and he'll come back with it, Trev. They're going to do this all day if they have to. And then when you pressure, they'll come with a chance.
P.J. DiMartino settling things down once again. Pass up the right flank. Far side they go. Kafuk and wrist shot. Johnson the save. And that one is kicked towards the front of the net by
that would have been
Koslow.
interesting. I think we would have gone to video review there if that goes in.
Remember, there's video review
That
in
would
the
have been an
playoffs.
interesting one.
We've already used it twice.
Oh, I'm all out of coffee. Goodness. Well, at least this is the last game we're broadcasting tonight, huh?
I wish it wasn't. I'm having way too much fun here in the Pro Division.
I was just, the guys up here, the referees up here in the booth with us, I was just talking to Treft about it. We would have definitely gone to video review for that one. Right? They initiate it downstairs. Coggins up here with us.
There's no coach's challenge or anything.
No, because if there was a coach's challenge and we didn't get limits on it, I'd just be throwing a red flag on the rink every single time. Just to mess with the refs, because that's just me. Exactly. If it cost me a penalty, it wouldn't.
DiMartino turns it over. Jake Corso, though, gives it right back as DiMartino shoved him into the wall. Pascali with speed down the left side, looking towards goal. He'll shoot, and it's blocked.
Treff, remind me next year, every time we have Coggin in the booth, we need to have him with a mic that turns on and off. He can turn it on and off himself because
we got a mic right over here, George.
We start talking to him, and people don't know we're talking to him. We got the RIC right up here.
You're talking to him.
No.
I'm watching the play.
We're a team, Trefty.
We are, yeah, you're right.
The coach had to come out in me for a minute. I haven't coached in 2 games now, so.
It's uneventful so far, George.
I'm enjoying it.
It's always when we have our best pre-games that the game comes out and it's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring for now. Trust me, it's going to heat up. But right now, Black Ice is content with a boring game. Shot on Johnson. He makes the save. They're leading in shots 7-1. They lead 1-0. Roadrunners haven't really got a sniff.
Oh, wow. That was a change. I didn't know if it was the too many men, but Gerger came off just at the right time.
Best chance the Roadrunners had. They thought they scored, but it hit the side of the net.
Yeah, you don't want to be the team to make that mistake here because a mistake for Black Ice will give the Roadrunners so much momentum. A mistake for the Roadrunners, man.
And that's what the teams that have lost to the Roadrunners today have done. Has made mistakes at costly times. Tiefenworth shot, Johnson the save, and he hangs on for the whistle. Maybe a face-off win can get the Roadrunners the puck here. They haven't touched it.
Trust me,
in quite a time. That wasn't a shot, George, I swear.
I know, Treff. I'm not taking it as a shot. I'm just in depression mode, that's all. I'll recover, though, quickly. The best teams recover quickly.
Yeah, just have to wait till next August, but yeah.
Now that was a shot. No, I'm just kidding.
Matt Gerger. Up for Tyler Kraft. Kraft fires it back to Matt Gerger again. Think about this tournament. You have all the pro ice hockey players and all the big names, and there's not really one in this game. This is a roller hockey game here, George. This is guys that grew up playing roller. Yes, some of them played ice. Pascali played D3 ice. Most of them have played ice of some sort, but these are roller guys, roller daddies, you could say.
Roller dad.
Here comes Matt Gerger. Sends one to the far of the net. Kafuk redirects it top shelf, 2-0 Black Ice.
Okay, so we'll break this one down in a minute. But Kafuk's been a huge pickup for Black Ice. And so let's break this one down. We talked about it. I don't remember the last time that the Roadrunners have had consistent pressure here at all. They've got one shot on goal. And Black Ice, with the experience, is playing a perfect game right now. The one mistake they made, the Roadrunners couldn't put together the 3-on-1. And when we get that replay backed up, we will.
I mean, they literally.
We'll get that next whistle, guys, in the truck, the replay of the goal.
To break it down, we have to go back 6 minutes because that's how long they've controlled it. And then a beautiful play.
But we won't be able to show. But
that puck was behind him. It wasn't an easy tip. He had to angle that stick and actually move his leg so the puck doesn't hit his leg on the way into the net. And he has to get it over Johnson from top of the crease when Johnson was out and pressuring. That was gorgeous by Kafuk.
But these are plays that are the only plays that are going to beat Johnson. The one you think DiMartino is totally out. There's no way he's putting a puck in between Johnson's legs, and he does. The other one, how do you read that if you're a goaltender? You have no idea where that puck's going. It comes in so quick, and Kafuk doesn't
Tense
stop
up,
it.
hope it hits you.
Right. Kafuk doesn't stop it. He just tips it over.
Callan Kafuk, last year 9 points in 30 games for UMass Amherst. One of the ice hockey guys, probably the most prominent ice hockey guy in this game. He's been a prospect for quite some time. Played 3 years in the USHL for Bloomington and Central Illinois, same team. They changed the names halfway through. He's got a bright ice hockey future. We all know how good he is at roller. PJ over to the near side for Pascali. That one missed. Puck comes out to the point.
You wonder how, and John Gellman reminds me, remember, the Border Cats aren't here. So Cal was a pickup for Black Ice. And he's been effective.
And he's Chavo's replacement. He's even wearing the
44.
Chavo's jersey. Kozlo into his offensive zone and turns it back. I mean, this is just pure domination right now, George. Shots are 9-1.
PJ DiMartino looks up at the board, and what that meant is how much time am I going to kill right now?
Yeah.
That's what it was. Because they can do this all game.
Honestly, it looks like Black Ice is toying with them at the moment.
You've got both Bennett brothers on together here, it looks like.
Pascali. And got Nate Gerger going to the net. Pascali keeps it. Now fires it out to PJ. He shoots. That one might have hit Nate Gerger in front.
His own player, yeah.
That's what veteran referee Mike Sarter signals because he points to center for the faceoff. George, we are 16 minutes and 59 seconds into the game. And
I know what you're going to say.
One shot.
Yeah.
For the Roadrunners.
Oh, we had the goal. We had the goal there. Play that. All right. I missed it. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm pumped now you got that. Thank you very much. Hold that, though. I want to see it at the intermission if you could.
Ricciardi behind the net.
Because the same thing just happened last play, and Roadrunners got caught sleeping a little bit.
Shane Bennett for Ricciardi. Beautiful.
Halverson didn't want to take that one. You think Halverson had the outside to go there?
Potentially.
Well, we know Blake's going to go.
Blake Bennett is always go. Go. Here he comes. Blake Bennett swings it in front. It's bouncing around. And that puck comes over to the corner. Shane Bennett picks off a puck behind the net, pinned up against the wall. Puck goes up the boards, and Nate Gerger in transition.
Oh, man.
Now to Pascali. He's dancing. Beautiful move. And on a forehand shot, Johnson the save. It's loose in front. Nate Gerger's jamming at it, and Johnson sprawling makes the stop.
When it comes to Black Ice, seeing a loose puck, they're like a pack of wolves.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. They're like, man, they're like the little ants when you know you would spit your candy out on the floor or on the cement on a sunny day and the candy starts to melt, and then you get the ants just all over it. That's like black ice when they see a pop. My goodness. Woo, Lord. Like my grandmama would say on oxygen in church. Woo, Lord. My goodness.
Period 1 comes to a close. 12-2 are the shots on goal.
Yeah, let's run that replay. I want to see that.
2-0 Black Ice.
I want to see that Kafuk goal real quick. And there, the tip. Disgusting. One more time. I want to see it one more time.
George wants that pumped into his veins. Watch it all start behind their own net. See Kafuk going to the net, beats his guy.
But that's a Pascali feed, right?
Yeah, and just that redirection.
No, it was a Gerger feed.
Matt
it was
Gerger.
a Matt Gerger
Yes.
feed. And just the first move he makes. Man.
Kafuk beat 2 guys to the net there.
So, real quick, I'm going to do something that I personally don't want to do, but because of the fact that I didn't get a chance to because they were so distraught. Listen, this is some of the most fun that I've had in the PAMA Pro Invitational, no matter how it ended. My guys were classy, even in defeat. And I just want to take this time to thank my guys for giving Georgie Brown a great PAMA Pro Invitational. I'd like to thank the refs for being so professional. It was a great event for my guys. My leaders on the team, Ryan Perry, Corey Hodge, big shout out to you guys. And if I can name all you guys, I would, but it was a tough loss, but just wanted to thank you guys on air because I get the chance to do that. So,
well, it was fun to watch them. It was fun to watch everybody in the PAMA Pro division. So everyone not in this championship game and not being crowned champion. You know, thanks for a great tournament because it was one of the more entertaining tournaments, to say the least.
My guys always ask for a shout out, and I think we have referees up here. They probably thought I was about to rip them apart. So, no, I'm just kidding. But
that's for off the air.
That's for off the air.
You're not allowed to trash them on the air anymore.
But yeah, they asked for a shout out, so I wanted to give that to them. But the 2 teams that deserve to be in the championship are right here, Trev.
Here comes PJ DiMartino with speed into the zone. Finds Kozlow. He waits, he looks, slides it in front. Johnson makes the save. This Tiefenworth was draped all over him. Tiefenworth, the former Quinnipiac Bobcat, centers it. It's smacked over the near side. Mula gets this one out to center. PJ DiMartino turns it over to Max Halverson. Halverson cuts left, shoots. He missed it high. You know whose name we haven't said very much in this game, George?
What's that?
Joey DiMartino. Here's PJ. Tiefenworth back to PJ DiMartino. Shoots, and Johnson got a glove on it. Black Ice has done a great job neutralizing Joey D. Because you know PJ will be biased because he'll probably say, "You've got to watch out for my little brother. He's the best player on the Roadrunners." But you know Black Ice knows Joey. And like I said, I think he's touched the puck one time. They're keeping it away from him.
Listen, because, and that's when it comes to knowing players on the opposite team. That's when it comes to rink ratting and watching games all day. That's when it comes to playing in this division for so long, knowing who to key on. You know, and your coaches, Aaron Weiss and Jay Miro, are 2 of the best in the business, knowing exactly what to do.
Nate Gerger. Passes this puck to Cal Kafuk. Slowly up the floor. Gets this one to Pascali. You know, it's a compliment for Cal to be asked to play for Black Ice because they don't just let random people play for them.
You're right.
It's a tight-knit team. You have to be a really good hockey player, but just a good person, or they're not going to ask you to play.
Absolutely.
He tries to
Cal
split
is.
the D
Cal
and
is.
poke away.
We made it to the championship at Tours, and Cal was on my team. Such a team guy because and he's got a great attitude.
You know how many people have probably asked to play for Black Ice, and Jay Miro said no?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
An ultimate compliment, and Cal's paying dividends for that for Black Ice. Shane Bennett bringing it in for the Roadrunners. Tries to throw a pass back to the point, pops up into the air. Now it's Max Halverson. Halverson out of Toms River, New Jersey. He's moving up the middle of the rink now. Drop pass for Shane Bennett. No panic from the Roadrunners yet. Shane Bennett, a wrist shot. That one goes over top the net, and Nate Gerger gets there.
This game has opened up a little bit, Trefty, and even though Black Ice keeps possession, the game has opened up a little bit, but crazy thing, there's still 14 minutes left, and it's still only 2-0.
So as dominant as Black Ice has been, they still only lead by 2. Mostly because they've spent a lot of time in their own zone just hanging out. PJ DiMartino flying, gets past Joey, shoots. That one is blocked, goes to the corner, wide open in front. A chance for Schultz, he shoots and scores! Derek Schultz.
Derek Schultz. And how does that feel for Derek Schultz and this team? Derek Schultz, listen, I'm going to say this about a kid that I truly like, Derek Schultz, but when you look down the roster, you are not going to say, hey, we need to key on that guy. But he has been out there every other shift or every third shift, whatever Muro's given him, and he's made an impact. He has made great use of the time that Muro's giving him, and another opportunity there, and he pumps it home to make it 3-0.
And rumor has it he's battling a little bit of an injury too, so he's not his normal self. PJ DiMartino looks for a fourth, goes across the rink, he misses Cal. PJ DiMartino made that play. Didn't get a shot off, went around the back of the net and found Schultz wide open in the negative area. Joey DiMartino moving up the floor. Now fires it back. Max Halverson. Halverson through the right side. Tried to go cross rink, it's blocked. Joey DiMartino back to Blake Bennett. Blake Bennett gives it to Max Halverson. Into his offensive zone he comes. Mad Max, the left side, centers it. Jackson got a piece of it, but it's chipped wide. Nate Gerger fires it around the boards. Comes to the left point, it's Blake Bennett controlling. Blake Bennett turns and fires up the rink. Down the right boards. Poked away by Cal Kafuk, and it's taken by Nate Gerger.
You can tell Blake's frustrated. It was easier for him in games before, and they're not giving him any room. They still only have 2 shots on goal right now.
Pascali finds Kraft in the high slot. Wrist shot goes wide, comes back in front. Feeds one on the net, and Johnson makes another nice save.
Upstairs right now, we have a special guest, my captain, Ryan Perry. Ryan, you got to play both of these teams, and I won't even ask about the specific Roadrunner game yet, but I'm going to be straight up, ask you, why are these 2 teams here and you guys aren't?
They both play a solid game. They control the puck and they don't panic. And that's what a lot of guys said to me is even Roadrunners down a goal, you don't see a difference in their game. They play the same game the whole time. They don't change it up.
And now it's a 3-0 game here. Did you expect this to be like this, or what did you expect? Like, when you guys are up there watching this game and you see it go 3-0, is that something you expected when you're watching as another team? What did you expect this game to look like?
I think it's kind of expected here. And Roadrunners play a different game when they play Black Ice. They take a step back, and I think Joey and Max are a little intimidated coming into this. And those are the big guys. They got to come out and play their game. And there's a little intimidation factor when they come against this Black Ice team.
I would agree with that because it's almost like they're afraid to make a mistake, right? They don't want to try the things they normally do. Puck comes in front. Johnson makes 2 saves.
And that's what we talked about, Trev. We talked about that pregame. The one thing you don't want to do is look intimidated. And after that first goal, it looked like the game was over almost, right, basically, because I even mentioned
centering pass, one-time shot, Machinsky the save. The rebound, Luke Corso's denied as well.
I even mentioned with 2 minutes left in the first period, PJ looked up at the scoreboard just to say, all right, how much time do I have to kill now?
Right, and I think Keith Johnson he's a huge game changer here for Roadrunners. He's keeping him in this game, and he's played through the tournament, just unbelievable.
Yeah, and we talked about that too. And the 3 games before this, he's only allowed 1 period of goals out of 6 periods, and that was a period we got 3 on him in the first. After that, he shut us down. He didn't get scored on in the sniper game in the last game around robin, and he shut the Mudcats out. So, I mean, Keith Johnson just having an incredible tournament. But here in this game, like, shots are 18-4, and they just got 2 shots on that last shift. They were 18-2 a minute ago.
First goal was fluky, and the other 2 have been great shots, so you can't fault Keith Johnson on it. He's doing his thing. 15 of 18 shots he stopped.
Right, while we have some time, because Black Ice is dragging the puck here, while we have a little bit of time, how do you think you played this tournament? How do you think the guys played overall? Because you came on and not many teams knew about you guys. Not many teams knew about you guys or knew what to expect from you guys.
Me myself, I felt pretty bad out there. I was a little out of shape, but as a team,
Halverson in with a shot. He scores! Max Halverson gets the Roadrunners on the board.
Huge goal by Halverson on their 5th shot. It makes it 3-1. And so this changed the complexity of the game just a little bit and gives Black Ice some energy here. But Pear, keep going there.
I think a big thing for us is our team chemistry, and I think a lot of teams will attest to it now, especially as chemistry takes over skill, and you can't have the most skilled team, but as long as everyone's on the same page and you're rolling, it's a good time. And we kind of rode it out through round robin and came to the playoffs and didn't finish the game, but we were a couple steps away from a $20,000 game here.
Yeah.
Pascali in, looks to get another one for Black Ice, but he missed it on the backhand. And Per, I disagree with you. You said you didn't play very well, but a couple of those snipes in the score sheet says otherwise. Because I think that post is still hurting from earlier.
I'll take all of it I can get, but skating-wise is a little tough.
Healy up for P.J. DiMartino. His wrist shot goes high and wide. Max Halverson, an absolutely huge goal. See if that wakes his boys up. They didn't wake until late against you guys.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can do that here. Another thing to think about here, George, no penalties.
None at all.
We told you it wasn't going to be physical.
Right,
Because
right.
these guys, that's just not their style, either of them. No, they're used to getting beat up, not doing it.
And one thing Black Ice is going to take away completely, and Halverson scored coming in from the wing. Black Ice is taking away the middle every single time. So you don't expect to get anything easy in the slot. And I mean, Perry, you can attest to that, because even in the last round robin game, they came out and just wanted it more than us, but cutting through the middle on them is just almost impossible.
Yeah, I think between these two teams, it's just a chess match. It's you gotta take your chances when you can, and then control when you can. They both play the same game. They both have speed, so there's not going to be too many obvious chances here.
Yeah, especially at 3-1, you don't want to be the guy to make that mistake, and so.
Cal Kafuk sends it over for Tyler Kraft.
We've had some pretty goals in this game, though. I mean, the DiMartino goal was just disgusting.
Unbelievable.
That first goal, and then Cal Kafuk has one.
Speaking of the devil, he has the puck now. Enters his offensive zone. Cuts to his right. Spin around
we
pass.
thought Kraft was still going. Now Kraft might be the first one there, but Johnson's racing after it there.
If someone was there, that would have been an amazing,
amazing pass, right?
Amazing play.
And Cal Kafuk is playing crazy today. He's playing very well. Shane Bennett wanted that bad, and he knew he was gone if he got it.
Nate Gerger back to his brother Matt. Down under 8 minutes, 7:22 to go in the second period. It's been different this year. Masks on, social distancing around the rink. And what isn't different is Black Ice is in the championship, and they're trying to win their second PAMA Pro.
And I don't mean to not follow rules, but I can tell you this now. Whoever wins this 20 grand, there will be no social distancing.
Matt Gerger, spinorama pass, and that one's blocked. Well, if they social distance after the tournament, we can do anything about that.
Right.
I'm not too worried how they're distancing away from me. And with a chance is Blake Bennett. Save made by Machinsky. Holds the puck.
Felt like he was scared that might sneak through. But Bear, last question here before we let you go. For a team like you guys who get a bid now after making the playoffs, or for a team who may be thinking of trying to get into PAMA Pro, you see two teams here that have stayed together consistently, and they're in the championship. Black Ice has been in the last 5 because they've stayed together consistently. What would you say to a team trying to get better? What are we going to try to do to get better with Envious Rink Rat and that other teams can take advantage of?
I think the biggest thing for us is just stay consistent. Keep the same game going. I don't think we did much wrong this tournament. We had a few bad bounces against Roadrunners, but I think it was our game to give away, and we did exactly that. We had a 3-1 lead with a minute left, a couple of bad bounces, a couple of bad penalties, and we did it. But I think if you're on your way up, just stay consistent, keep the same roster.
Nick Martini a shot.
And keep moving.
Stopped by Machinsky.
And I think that's the way to go, because these teams are showing now how many, even when you were younger, these same guys playing together as much as they can. I mean, you even skated a couple times because you live out in Boston now.
Yeah.
So you even got to skate a couple times with Rapid Fire when work sent you there, and skated with these guys who were already skating together.
Yeah, it's relentless. It's not just the West Coast that's doing it consistently like PAMA. It's Black Ice is skating on a regular basis together, and so are the Roadrunners. Halverson and DiMartino, those guys are dangerous together, and they do it almost every day.
Yeah, so. But we want to thank our special guest, Ryan Perry, big number 7 from Envious Rink Rat, and you'll be hearing more from Ryan Perry, I'm sure.
Jackson with a shot. It's blocked. Ricciardi couldn't get to it. It's poked up ahead. Odd man rush for Black Ice. Pascali has Kraft going. He goes to the net. Shot. He scores! Tyler Kraft. Perhaps the final nail in the coffin. Black Ice thinks so. 4-1 Mission Black Ice lead.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that next goal was going. To me, that next goal was going to be close to the game, because if the Roadrunners got it, that bench was going to erupt, and the momentum would have been crazy. But it's an odd man rush, and it sometimes happens that way because you got to press. At some point, you got to press, and Roadrunners were. And it's just the simple plays. That play started with a simple tip out of the defensive zone that a play was broken up. It was a loose puck, and the play was broken up, and it was a tip up that turned into a 2-on-1.
George, can you believe this? Think about this for a second here. This is pretty much synonymous, right? What's the best state for roller hockey in the country?
Best state for roller hockey?
Like, in terms of numbers, best players, right now.
I mean, California?
California, undisputed, right?
Yeah.
There's one player in this game from California, Christian Acosta. One player. Everybody else, mostly from New York. There's a few outliers. Michigan's, some PAs,
Yeah.
Colorado, but New Jersey. But one player from California. If you look at the PAMA Pro rosters, the stat that Roller Dad News put out there,
Yeah.
I think it was 46 players from California, and the next closest was New York with maybe 23 or something like that.
Wow.
And only one here in this championship game. Here comes Nate Gerger. Drop pass for Tiefenworth. Tries a toe drag. It's poked away. Here comes Max Halverson. He doesn't think this game is over yet. He moves in down the right side.
Jason
Max
Miro doesn't
Halverson
like that play.
Skates around the back of the net. In front for Jake Corso. The shot is blocked.
DiMartino.
PJ DiMartino just made a blocker save. Kraft into the zone. Wrist shot. It goes wide of the net. He literally took his glove off his one hand, or excuse me, his stick off his one hand, and then made a blocker save.
Wow. And the crazy thing about this,
He does everything.
with how desperate they're still playing at 4-1, and even with them being up by 3 and Black Ice scoring 4 goals, there hasn't been one goal that I've said, oh, Keith Johnson would like to have that one back. The goals have been ridiculous on him.
Yeah.
So, and he's played amazing. I think if there was going to ever be a Conn Smythe in roller hockey.
Max Halverson over to Shane Bennett, one-timer, and an excellent save by Machinsky, right as you were talking about his counterpart.
If there was ever going to be a Conn Smythe for roller hockey, go to the losing team, and game's not over.
Like J.S. Shiger?
Yeah. Go to the losing team. For me, it'd be an easy call. I think Keith Johnson is incredible, and he's played incredibly good this entire tournament.
Max Halverson shot. That one's blocked. Puck wraps around the boards. Nate Gerger comes away with the puck on the intercept. Pass up to Kafuk, out of his reach, but he's going to get to it. Got Nate Gerger going to the net. Sends it that way. Nate Gerger backhand shot and scores!
That's it.
You hear that, George? I believe that's the fat lady singing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I thought, just because of the way that Roadrunners were playing, I thought that she was singing at 3-0, but you never know. She went back into her dressing room at 3-1, but she's out now. She's about to come on stage. She's warming up. She might be on stage right now, right, Trev?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just singing Ride the Wind. You didn't hear it?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
It's the Black Ice goal song. It has been for this amazing run of 5 straight PAMA Pro Championship appearances. Looks like they're going to go to 2-3 now in finals.
And as we get closer to the end, a quick rumor mill for next year. It sounds like the Coyotes from Oakville plan to apply for reinstatement into the PAMA Pro Invitational.
DiMartino dances through the defense but couldn't get the shot away. The net comes off.
That comes from Rob Morgan as he's watching the game right now. Shout out to him.
And then actually we might have several.
We'll have a lot more applicants because back next year, the only reason we're not at 12 this year is because the Border Cats had to pull out because of an event they had. Shout out to Mama Kish, who just updated me on what the event was and all that good stuff. But she said the boys miss being there. And so did Rob Morgan with his Coyotes team. And I think you're going to get a lot of people who want to get into it because this year people just couldn't. Sometimes because of the pandemic and who was allowed in and out of states and things like that. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a battle to get in. So I'm just glad my guys made the playoffs and got in, you know?
Tim McManus said there was a team from Czech Republic most likely coming, another one from Sweden. So internationally, when they can get in the country again, next year is going to be tough. And if you can get the guys from the Czech national team to come, then it's a best roller hockey tournament in the world type of situation, right?
Yeah. Man, and that –
because they've had teams from Sweden and Europe come over, like the Shakers. But let's get the best players from Europe to come over and see what goes down. Not that the European teams that have came so far weren't good. That's not what I mean, but you know what I mean.
Right, and as the last minute goes off the clock here, Trev, because we know Black Ice is going to win this one, I need to give a huge shout out to the Roadrunners. These guys, young team, played outstanding, man.
They will be back.
Oh, my, without a doubt. Played outstanding. And so I just think
the future has become the now.
Yeah.
The Roadrunners are no longer in a few years, the Roadrunners are going to be good.
They're here for the long run.
In a few years, the Roadrunners will be good. How often we've heard that?
Yeah, right.
Now it's the Roadrunners are good. When are they going to win that pro championship? A shot from Shane Bennett, and he scores.
There's Shane with one.
Trying to cover the spread.
Good to see the Buffalo guy got one.
Grand Island, New York, to be exact.
Buffalo. Well, but yeah, Grand Island, but we get it. Same thing.
I'm just trying to get as much of all the stuff I prepped out there as
I hear
possible.
I hear you.
I think I've covered pretty much everything. 20 seconds remaining in this one. Tyler Kraft fires this one down. Mula has the puck. Sends this one down. Start the countdown. 2 and 1. Horn sounds. Mission Black Ice wins their second PAMA Pro Championship. 5th straight PAMA Pro final appearance. This one they win. And they are the proud new owners of $20,000.
And they deserve it. Look, it's not a secret. They looked awful early in the tournament, but that means nothing if you turn it on at the right time. It means absolutely nothing. And right now, they don't even care how they looked early in the tournament because they're the champions this year, man.
It's about winning your last game. That's all that matters.
That's it.
I think they heard the doubters, George.
Of course they did.
They heard everyone saying Black Ice doesn't have it. They're not as good anymore.
Yeah.
What is this Black Ice team? They might not make the playoffs. Well, they have 20,000 reasons why those doubts were wrong.
Yeah, and you look at this and you just see the Roadrunners. It's an unfortunate end for those guys. But no one expected the Roadrunners to be here.
No.
They might have. But on the outside looking in, no one expected the Roadrunners to be here. And you got to give those guys credit. You got to give Keith Johnson credit. They were absolutely awesome in this tourney. Absolutely awesome. They're silver medalists in the PAMA Pro Invitational. And as much as it hurts right now, they will look back on this and have memories forever that they were in this position. And guess what? They're going to come back even harder next year because of the fact that they're never going to want to feel like this again. You know, so they'll come back even harder. And they might be hanging their heads now, but they should be proud of what they did.
George, thank you for all the wonderful color commentary as always throughout. Thanks to everyone for watching. A big thanks to Tim McManus and Greg Thompson for allowing us to do this and bring this color commentary and play-by-play to you. Thanks to Mr. Video for their great work with the replays and a wonderful production of the PAMA Pro Invitational. Thanks to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. This place has a special place in my heart, and being able to call some more hockey games here is truly special.
Definitely does.
And
I give you, and Trev, you always do a great job. You're extremely professional. And we're not done here, but we're not going to be doing many games together. We'll do championship games together, but I've filed the divorce papers already, Trev, because we're not going to be together much more the rest of this tournament.
It's fine. I get the dog.
But no, on a serious note, Trev, you're a great guy to work with. It's awesome being able to get these games done with you, especially at the pro level. So you're a class act, man. It's been fun. You need to come up, another shameless plug, you need to come up to Pittsburgh for Legends.
I wish I could, but I'm moving to Dallas,
you're
baby.
moving to Dallas. That is right. But just a shameless plug, Legends Draft on Facebook and Legends_draft on Instagram. It's a tournament coming up in a couple weekends. Bunch of pro guys will be the captains, and then players entered, and you get drafted, and we give a cash prize. Envious Gameware gives all the jerseys and pants, so check it out. Legendsdraft.com, Legends Draft on Facebook, Legends_draft on Instagram. And as they go through the announcements of the gold and silver medalists, everybody elbows it up in a 2020 year.
Yeah.
And this would have been the year for the Roadrunners to win. It's 2020.
Yes.
Why not?
Exactly.
You know, so what's your overall review of the division, Treft? What did you expect coming in?
I mean, I expected a great tournament. I expected people hungry for hockey because of all that has been going on. I didn't expect this final, I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect Envious Rinkrat to be a favorite going into the playoffs, which you guys did great. I didn't expect a lot of things, and this was a great tournament. And, I mean, I was going to be glowing from ear to ear because we were in this building anyway, so.
Yeah. I'm sure you're excited, even though, and Tim McManus has done a great job getting the tournament from Taylor, Michigan to here, and it was a great opportunity because it's only, 2.5 hour drive?
Yeah.
So it's not a far distance away, and people are begging for some sense of normalcy.
Yes.
You know, so you get that sense of normalcy when you're at a hockey tournament. You think about nothing but that hockey tournament, you know? And so I'm happy we got to do that. But I want to thank everybody watching online. Thank Mr. Video for their great work. We had a great time. Everybody online, I thank you for tweeting us, Instagramming, texting us. It was a blast. It was really a blast. I love doing this.
And lastly, I got to give a big shout out because everything I do is in honor of my grandfather, Harold Treft, who brought me to this arena for the first time when I was 18 months old and started this whole hockey obsession mess of mine. He's not with us anymore, but I know he's with me right now, just like he was for the first 24 years of my life, watching games with me. Greatest human I've ever met so far in my entire life. So, Harold Treft, I know you're watching. Actually, I have some of his ashes here with me. Because I always do when I bring it to the Coliseum, and this guy deserves credit because he's an incredible person. And to be in this building, it always works me up a little bit, and that guy deserves more credit than ever, but his name's never going to be on a trophy or anything. But Harold Treft, I love you more than anything. I do everything in your honor. So I had to give a shout out to him, just like I did when I called a game right under my idol Bob Chase with the Atlanta Gladiators way back a couple seasons ago. So everything, like I said, in honor of Harold Treft. So thanks everybody for watching. We really appreciate it. We're still going to be broadcasting the rest of this tournament just over at the Ice House. And for the final time at the PAMA Pro Invitational, for George Brown, I'm Chris Treft, signing off from the historic Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. Congratulations to Mission Black Ice, 2020 PAMA Pro Invitational Championships. And it was all brought to you right here on CarShield TV.